Alrighty, hello everyone. What's up, chat? I am going to be your host for this next run. This is Vonnie Von here. We have quite a lot of fun here in store this evening and for the rest of the run. So I'm going to take a minute to run some things down. First thing that I want to mention is that we've got this race coming up here between Demerine2 and Sawneyrath11. They're going to be running Final Fantasy 1, the PSP version, and there's going to be all kinds of wackiness going on in here. So you definitely are going to want to stick around for this. Speaking of wackiness, we actually have a donation incentive for this game. If someone could give me the commands there in chat for donating and incentives here, we've got the 4 characters that are going to be used in this run: a fighter, thief, white mage, and black mage, respectively. And you can name all 4 of them, and you can do it twice because obviously we're going to have 2 runners here, so we're going to be using 2 sets of names. So we've got quite a few donations in for naming all 4 characters, to be honest. So if you would like to jump in with a snipe on any of those names, this is your last chance. So please check out that link, both the links actually that Sonny so graciously put into chat here for donating and looking at those incentives, so that you know what you're looking at there. Speaking of donations, I want to talk about this little green bar that we see here at the bottom of the screen and just how awesome it is. So for those of you that haven't been tuning in all week, this marathon started last Sunday, I believe. And when it started, the donation goal was $1,500. And y'all crushed that very quickly, which was awesome to see. So then they were like, you know what? Let's double it. Let's go ahead and jump it up to 3,000. Well, that goal didn't stand a chance either. That got passed up really quickly too. So the ladies here at the Valkyrie said, you know what? Let's go ahead and get ambitious. Let's go $10,000. And there's significance to that dollar amount, which I'll get to in a minute here. But you see where we're at now. We're over 3/4 of the way there. $7,624. That's a huge amount. But unfortunately, right at this very point right here, we've only got about 24 hours or so left in this marathon. So it is really important that we finish strong here. We want to get to that $10,000 goal. I know we can do it. I say let's really start the anchor leg of this right here. Get some donations in. Like I said, if you want to get some donations in for naming the characters in this run right now, do it quickly, because we're going to be cutting it off very soon. There is definitely snipe potential here. So if that's something you want to do, don't hesitate. You want to do it now. As far as other incentives go, well, I'll tell you what. Next, let's talk about what's coming up next, because we've got we don't have much left. There's plenty of stuff. If you haven't been tuning in, there's plenty of stuff you're going to want to see here. After this race is going to be Purring Quest by the Valkyrie's own Keishra. That should be a lot of fun. We've got a Rocket League speed run in here. I'm sure that's going to be wild. For you RPG fans, we've got Fantasy Star that's going to be coming up tomorrow morning. We've got quite a few Valkyries here. Tomorrow afternoon, Witch's Hex is going to be running Jack Bros. Tetrally and Sparkover, also a Valkyrie. They're going to be doing a Legend of Zelda No Up in a race. And then this run is going to finish off in high style, not only with the game, but the runner itself. We're going to finish off with the ever so effervescent Natara. She is going to be running Final Fantasy VII, the PC version. And if you've never seen this, there are some mind-bending glitches that go on in this game, and it's a sight to see. So if you can, be sure to check that out. That should be that should be tomorrow evening, tomorrow late night. So don't miss that. So we've talked plenty about donations. We've talked plenty about the incentives. Let's talk about what you're donating for. Every single cent of the proceeds from what you're donating, including your subs and your bits too. I do want to point that out. That's all going to takethis.org. They help out with those who need assistance with dealing with the issues that they have with mental health, providing education, providing awareness, and all of those things. You see Mubot up here. There's a link here for takethis.org that's it's up here a little earlier. Please check that out. That's going to have plenty of information about where this money is going, and specifically the $10,000 that we'd like to raise here, that specific amount that we want to get to. One of the awesome things that Take This does is they set up these rooms at conventions and events. They're called AFK rooms, and basically what they are is a room that's nice and quiet, where you can, it's got plenty of video games set up, but it's also got some counselors and people that can assist. So if you're ever at an event like that, you need some time to just decompress, maybe just to catch your breath. You don't want to let anxiety take over, whatever. It's a nice, safe place to just unwind, get back on your feet. And if you need someone to talk to, if you need someone to really help you out with, with whatever you're going through, they will provide that for you there. In order to fund one of these AFK rooms, it takes about $10,000. So if we can hit that mark by the end of tomorrow, we will be able to fully fund one of those rooms based on all of your fantastic generosity over the course of this last week. So by all means, get your money in, support a great cause, come up with wacky names and incentives for these runners to contend with. You're definitely getting your money's worth when it comes to these donations. We greatly appreciate it. You guys have been fantastic all week, but like I said, we gotta keep the momentum going, and let's get to that $10,000. Okay? All right. Now, I've been doing plenty of talking. Let's keep going with this event. Like I said, coming up next, we have a Final Fantasy 1 PSP race between Demerine2 and Sawneyrath11. I have both of them here in voice chat with me. Why don't y'all say hello?
What's up, guys? I'm Sawneyrath11.
Hi, I'm Demerine2. You may remember me from such runs as getting my butt handed to me by Zeromus and taking out Chaos and Floor Shuffle just yesterday.
Fantastic. And also with us, we have doing commentary for this race, we have Invenerable. Say hello, sir.
Hey, everyone. How's it going tonight?
Well, I know I'm hyped because this is going to be a lot of fun watching you two race, listening to your commentary, and hopefully chat gets into this too. This is going to be a good one. So, how ready are we to get this ball rolling with this race?
I believe we just need the names for the characters. We'll be able to put them in, and then we will be pretty much ready to go.
Alrighty, well, we have given the go-ahead to our wonderful restreamer, who was Squibbins. Thank you very much for doing this for us. You should see game feed right now. I know I do. And we need to name some characters. So let me just do one final refresh here. Let's see if anything came in last second. All right, and it doesn't look like it. So we're gonna stay where we're at. Alrighty, so for Sawney, I believe.
Is it going to be Lich Bless This Dan?
If you're taking the second of each of these here, your fighter will be Lich, your thief will be Bless, your white mage will be this, and your black mage will be Dan. As for you, Demerine, your fighter will be Chrono, Crono. Your thief will be Tressa, that's Tressa. Your white mage will be Frisk, Frisk. And your black mage will be Ness, Ness.
While you're getting the names typed in, do either of you care to expound upon why we want Lich to bless anything, whether this run or Dan or anyone in chat tonight?
So,
this goes back to one of my runs, actually.
This does go back to one of your runs, and then it goes back to a race that we had. Lich is the first major point in the run that we can wipe at. Lich has Ice 2 or Blizzara in this version, and all of our characters are going to be at low HP when we get to Lich. We try not to heal any of the characters over 50 HP after Northwest Castle, and we fight Astos. Lich having Ice 2 or Blizzara means 100 plus damage can go out on each character, instantly wiping the party. The only way that this can be prevented is if Lich actually does a physical attack. One thing to keep in mind, though, with that is that Lich also has Stun Touch, so we have to hope that Stun Touch isn't procced off the physical attack to stun the fighter or the thief who will be wielding overpowered weapons, but we'll get into that part later, and hope that we deal enough damage to where we can just one-round Lich.
Yeah, sometimes you just get a crit from Lich, or you get a crit from your fighter or your warrior, because your thief is going to have enough levels, because you generally keep your thief alive. But if your fighter dies at basically any point after getting the crown, you basically have to shrug it off and just play the three character party all the way until Lich, which is a little bit rough because you'll have like a level 8 or 9 warrior going into that fight potentially. And of course, it was a run that I was having, and it was a really bad run, and all of a sudden, like, Lich decides to do nothing, decides to melee my Black Mage, which is, the ideal thing. And Sawney just goes, "Lich has blessed your run," and we just lose our minds. I then proceed to actually PB that run, so, maybe there's something to it? Probably not.
Definitely hysterical laughter to it.
Well, we'll see if you two get your blessings or your lumps this time, but it looks like you're both about ready to go. You ready to be counted in?
Yeah, I'm all set.
I'm all set, ready to begin the game with this party.
Vonnie, would you do the honors?
I certainly would. If you are both ready, then we will get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck, Dem.
Good luck, Sawney.
And for those in the audience, in case you're wondering just what kind of glitches they're going to be able to pull off, pay close attention to what happens as soon as they pretty much enter the first weapon shop. If you look and listen closely, you'll hear the sound of Final Fantasy I PSP being ripped into tiny little pieces. So we're switching our cursor over to memory and buying a hammer. What are we going to do with that hammer? We're going to put overpowered knight armor on pretty much every character's defensive slots, just to, keep everyone alive until we get to Temple of Fiends. What's happening with this glitch is that each piece of weaponry in the game has an ID attached to it. Each piece of armor has an ID attached to it. If you switch from the weapon slot on one character to the armor slot on another one on the exact same frame with something that the first character could equip on that slot, it will switch over. So in this case, the hammer weapon shares the same ID as the knight's armor. So we get very, very strong defense right out the gate, and we're going to be using this in hilarious fashion throughout the rest of the game to also be pretty much overpowered, at least as far as equipment goes.
Yeah, and the knight's armor is the steel armor from the NES version, and it's the best armor that you can normally buy in the game. So just putting a piece on everybody is enough to make all of these early enemies hit for 1 damage.
Absolutely. And of course, there will still be better gear to be found as we go on and get more places available to us as soon as Temple of Fiends, but we won't spoil that quite yet for the audience. And of course, being Final Fantasy I, you still have to deal with encounters. You either have to run from them if they're unrunnable, you still have to kill everything. As those of you in the audience who play Free Enterprise, you get spoiled on not having encounters. Well, Final Fantasy I is still going to make you pray to RNGesus that you don't have too many.
So one thing I actually wanted to mention while we were introducing things is as you hear Invenerable giving us this fantastic commentary. He actually was brought into this last minute, so thank you very much for subbing in on short notice. Couch 23 was originally slated to do this for us, but he was unable to do so. But I do want to mention that that Couch was certainly qualified to do so because he was one of the folks that was actually on the couch during the Final Fantasy I PSP run during Limit Break this year. So I know he enjoyed doing that, but he regrets not being able to be here, but he just wanted to send his love, and we hope he's feeling better.
Absolutely, absolutely. Love Couch. Glad to fill in for him. Hope he gets to feel in better. I hope he's hanging out. By the way, you will note that now every character is equipped with a big honkin' judgment staff, so Garland's going to go down very quickly. But also, if we find any particularly nasty mobs that we can't run from and just need to wipe out, that staff casts Nuke on the enemy party. Admittedly, it is a bit of a long casting animation, so we don't want to use that unless we absolutely must, but it can clear your way between now and the next parts of your run very easily.
There's actually a very tiny time save in Cornelia Castle where you'll have seen that I'd stepped forward to talk to Sarah to get the loot. If you leave the room, the game thankfully has a safety built in, unlike the original, that she will pull you back and say, oh, hey, I've got this thing for you. But of course, that takes a couple of extra seconds because you walk slowly and there's a little bit of extra dialogue for it.
And yes, Silver, J-Staff casts Nuke. There are, or hopefully will be, other items that we'll use to cast somewhat strong spells. Fire 2, Lit 2, etc. If we wanted to, we could actually do one of two different routes, one of which being a magic-based route, and then another being an item-based route using the spellcasting items.
Gotta love, by the way, that one repairman at the bottom of the bridge, just not doing double time at all. Just taking his sweet time. Everyone else has the bridge construction underway. Doesn't really believe in the prophecy. Why should he work harder just for these warriors of light, right? Right.
Also, the Judgment Staff item is dropped from Atomos in Lifespring Grotto. So with this being an extra dungeon item, it is going to be extremely powerful. Ooh.
Absolutely. But again, very long cast time. But we'll get a lot of mileage out of it, especially with some of these early boss fights.
Do I have a minute to jump in here, folks?
Oh yeah, they're walking for a little while. What you got, Lonnie?
That's what I figured. So I don't have any donations yet, chat. Anyway, but I do want to talk about some donation incentives that are coming up. Now, the only incentives that we had for this game were naming the characters, and that's already done. But there's still plenty of incentives that you can donate for coming up, some of which have no money put towards them. So you can be the first to get in on this. The next one we have is with the Phantasy Star run. If you would like to see all dungeons in that run, that needs a total of $200. Right now it's sitting at $25, so there's plenty of room there for donating there, as well as there's a Super Smash Brothers Brawl run here where they're going to be doing all events, and you can name the fighter tag, so go ahead and put money towards that. The Jack Bros run that is going to be coming up after that. You can donate for either Jax versus Pixie, you can donate to hard mode, or you can donate to the color palette as well.
Excellent. Lots of good ways for everyone to get those donation dollars in. We'd really love to see the Valkyries hit that $10,000 mark, and you get to have fun stuff happen in the games while you're at it. Sawny, by the way, clearing off the pirates in short order, Demerine right behind, using that Judgment Staff. Gonna sell some of those extra Knight Armors we had earlier, ton of gil, gonna get pretty much all the items we'll need for the run, and then I believe Sawny said he's going to give us another little, he's gonna take a gamble.
I'll do that before Melmond.
Before Melmond, gotcha, okay.
Yep, so we're loaded up now. We've got, I take 51 potions. You know, technically you probably only need 41. But a big stack of ethers, a big stack of potions, Phoenix Downs for resurrecting characters, because there will be some dead characters in this run. and some antidotes in case we get poisoned by snakes on the way to Marsh Cave.
RPG jerk snake?
I mean, just so long as we don't get ambushed by a single Cobra, because then that Cobra is Cobra Commander.
Sonny, please.
Though, the pun I did forget to make when we did get the loot is that we did loot Sarah.
Was it fat loot?
It was.
If I keep getting encounters on the ocean, by the way, I'm gonna frustration Jace to have something.
Yeah, you are definitely having far worse RNG than Sonny did for the jaunt over to Elfland's port. That is for sure.
Standard.
I was about to say that's normal for our races. Sadly.
Well, at least you don't seem to, knock on wood, have gotten any huge Sahagin crowds. But on the bright side, you would get to at least nuke something then.
Oh yeah, Sahagins get nuked because for some reason they are higher agility. They're a little harder to run from, and taking 5 and 6 attacks at a time is really bad.
And of course, both our racers dip into Elf Castle and immediately leave just to reset the step counter. Saves possibly an encounter or two if they're particularly unlucky.
All right, I'm going to jump in here real quick because I'd like to update something that I said earlier. While I did state that there are no more donation incentives specifically for this run, there is a prize that you're eligible for, and it is a full set of Final Fantasy I Perlers, and I've seen them. They are fantastic. I wonder if we could maybe get a picture of those in chat, if there's someone that could do that. And in order to be eligible to win those Perlers, it is going to be a giveaway for everyone that donates at least $15 during the course of this run. Scala coming through for me with that picture there. So check those out. Donate at least $15, and those sweet Perlers can be all yours.
I highly recommend a party that includes 4 white mages.
Let's see how many Pisco Demons Sonny has to fight. 3 is, I believe, the good number to see, right? I mean, you're going to nuke them all anyway, but 2 is the undesirable situation, right?
2 is undesirable, 3 is good, 4 is perfect. I will still hit level 8 off of Astos even with 3, and level 8 is a big number, and that was a sub 10 crown. What even is this right now?
Hey, you had like no encounters on the ocean pretty much. It definitely saved you a whole bunch of time.
That it did.
Let's see if Demerine gets also lucky with the Pisco Demon count.
Please stop hitting the white mage.
Even more for going to be all set on 8 on XP, and I'm guessing that the restream has you a little bit behind, Demerine, given that you were talking about your poor white mage getting bonked to bits by those Pisco Demons.
No, I was holding my breath.
Oh, okay. 8 HP. That's enough, right?
No.
It's a non-zero number.
Sonny, meanwhile, getting all the poison procs this run, it seems.
It's fine.
A little more running.
I'm just trying really hard to not make the mistake of walking back into stairs because you spawn in different locations in the randomizer and in PSP. For example, in practice, I will walk back down the stairs, back down to Marsh Basement 2 when I get out of that area because I'm used to spawning on the stairs instead of above the stairs.
Well, interesting. I didn't realize that they had changed it from the NES version like that.
Yeah, there's a couple of spots like that, so you'll see me pausing for half a second to make sure that I don't walk the wrong way.
Shoutouts to Astos right now.
Astos, put on some pants, you dark elf. Come on.
Melee swing?
He melee swung.
Nice.
No death on Dan today. I still remember the first time my Black Mage ripped there, and I did not realize to use safety saves at this point. But if your Black Mage dies there, you are just give it up. Otherwise, you have to grind on encounters for a good 15 minutes just to get the levels to buy the spells you need on your way to your next locations.
Thankfully, the 15 minutes is really overstating it. It's like 4 encounters, but it's still 4 encounters you don't need to take.
Yeah, just reset. You're close enough at the start of the run, right? Right.
Pretty much.
Hobson in chat pointing out, Lich bless Dan this. There will be a little party shuffling rearranging later in the game that'll get the order to give us our lovely little phrase.
Yes, you will see the phrase in its full force. Not even after, but during Crescent Lake.
Yeah, one of the key things about the equipment glitch that we mentioned earlier is that whichever character you start the glitch on must be able to equip the starting item for you to be able to slap the transformed item on the other character. And so, Knight and Thief, or pardon me, Fighter and Thief can equip some stuff, White Mage and Black Mage can equip other stuff, and you can only go left one or right one. So if the person is 2 spots either way in your party, you have to rearrange it to get the equipment glitch onto that character for certain pieces of gear.
One more attempt at running away from this. Okay.
Wolves are the bane of our existence, pretty much.
Yes, they are.
I thought that was Sahagins.
Well, in the early game, pretty much everything is the bane of your existence if it's got high agility.
We're going to make a dip into Elfland or Elfheim to buy 2 black magic spells, Fire 2 and Thunder 2, Lit 2, or Fire and Thundara, and then ether up our black mage so that way we don't have to worry about the sea encounters. And then from here, we just get to go turn in the Crystal Eye to go get something from Matoya that will then give us a very, very useful item.
Yeah, we'll be having another major gear upgrade at that point. But for now, even having Thundara is great. Like we mentioned with the Judgment Staff, the nuke takes quite a while to animate. Thundara, much faster, and is perfect for wiping out those nearly unrunnable Sahagin groups on your way to Matoya's cave.
No, I'm not resing my fighter. Not yet, anyway.
Yeah, there is... Go ahead, Demi.
Yeah, it's safe to res your fighter at this point, but then you have to use like a single potion, so there's some timing issues with it. It's faster to fill your characters up to full because you can cancel the last item use animation by mashing out of it. But you don't want to fill your fighter up to like 150 health because we need to kill them later anyway.
Yeah, XP is split amongst all living characters at the end. Well, living, non-stoned.
members.
Yeah, all active party members at the end of the fight, and so for grind purposes, we don't really mind that our poor little Lich fighter is taking a dirt nap.
I'm glad I ethered up at Elfland.
Yeah, I actually remembered to ether up this time at Elfland. I usually forget to do that.
I mean, worst case scenario, you just take the extra time to use a nuke instead of a lit 2, but still, gotta save every second you can, right?
Indeed.
I mean, I just took 12 attacks from Sahagins. This split is not looking hot.
And Sony avoiding what I always try to do. I always hammer A too hard or whatever circle, I believe, on the PSP controls, and talk to Matoya a second time, and she tells me how ugly I am, and I feel sad, and I'm not sure I want to save the world anymore after that. Thanks, Matoya.
Hey, thanks for the good luck, Wells. I am the embodiment of FF1.
Now, Wells, you gotta be more precise. You have to be like, good luck, Lich.
Yeah, no kidding on that one, actually.
Good luck, surprise.
I don't think he needs any coaching and or encouragement, folks.
Good luck, surprise, cockatrice attacks. Good luck, surprise, mind flayers with death touch.
Good luck, surprise mage.
There's a reason I save outside of Ice King.
Sorry, Dem.
I had a bad experience.
You get Fyroged once, and you learn your lesson real quick.
That's all it takes, is getting Fyroged once. Supremacy, you wishing good luck to Warmech is definitely a thing, because it's going to be more like good luck us to encounter Warmech.
Now, I know that in your entrance shuffle race, you were incentivized to hunt down and kill Warmech. Do you two have an agreement that if you bump into it, are you going to kill it for swag, or just run away and keep on going?
The experience.
That's a good question.
The experience is real nice, and I could use a 10th one on my mantle for this one, so sure.
All right, we have one volunteer. Sonny, you want in, or are you going to try to go for PB at all costs?
Give me a moment. Hello?
Yeah, we are having another big menuing moment here. This Mithril Hammer and Bronze Gloves become Thief's Armlets and Sage's Staffs, respectively. The Thief Armlet, gonna bump all our characters' agility through the roof, gonna be able to run from a lot of these annoying fights that they were otherwise having to nuke into oblivion or Thundara into oblivion.
Can I jump in here for a second?
Yes.
Alrighty. You know, I see Willis in chat saying someone donate $50 to force them to fight Warmech. I'd like to see someone donate, period. We want to get some activity here, folks. And to incentivize you to do so, a few more donation incentives that I wasn't able to get to last time around for the Legend of Zelda race that's going to be happening tomorrow afternoon. We are going to have 6 slots available for file names. And there's plenty of Bob action going on there. So if you'd like to either contribute to this or disrupt it in any way, be sure to go on over there to do it. You can also choose the sprite that they will be using for their runs. In the Kaizo Mario World run done by Twitchmaster123, you can donate to have him read all messages. That needs $150 total in order to do that. And then to cap things off, like I said, it's going to be that Final Fantasy VII PC run. We have the ability to name Cloud, Barrett, Tifa, Red 13, and Sid. And last, but definitely not least, the very last action that will be taken as far as speedrunning in this marathon is whether or not we are going to use Omnislash to kill Sephiroth in the final scene. That needs a total of $300. It's got $237.12 currently. So that one is so close. We just got to push that one over the edge. So those donate and incentive links that you see there in chat from Scala, be sure to check those out and get donated, please.
And Bonnie, please, we call it Omni Swag now. Omni Swag.
My apologies.
Now, I saw somebody in chat asking me not to wuss out. I didn't say I wouldn't do it. I just said I needed a moment, because equipment glitch is definitely a thing that you have to concentrate for. You're making 2 inputs on the same frame in order to switch IDs from weapons to armor and vice versa. And with some of the equipment sections that we have, they actually go for quite a while if we're not careful. I will fight Warmech if I encounter it.
Excellent, excellent. And case in point there, with the Thieves' Gauntlets, for instance, Thieves' Armlets, pardon me, they changed the type of armor these things are in every single Final Fantasy game, I swear. But you are equipping a grand total of 12 on them, so that's 12 frame-perfect inputs for that. And then there's also the 2 Sage's Staffs, so that entire routine there is 14 frame-perfect inputs that, you don't have to get it, consecutively or anything, but every one you mess up, you're losing time on. You want to save those seconds, so that's why Sonny was so focused during that time.
Multiply that by 2.
And
it's 28.
It's a lot of buttons. The worst part is I actually got a longsword drop in the world too, from the Pisco Demons, which messes up your menuing because it puts Ruby Armlets in slot 1.
I had the same thing happen.
So I was getting my inputs and then putting the wrong equipment on, which is no good for anything.
And in the meantime,
Alright.
we are fetch questing, of course. Sonny just did it. Demarine's in the middle of it. Going with our newfound Mystic Key to get the Dynamite, or TNT, or Nitro, whatever you want to call it, out of Cornelia's treasury. What do y'all even call it these days? Do y'all use the L or the R in your communities?
I call it Canaria
Okay.
from the NES version.
And then, of course, you go give it to our little pyromaniac dwarven friend, who blasts open a path to the west. And Sonny, we're getting close to Melman. Are we going to see some 15 puzzle action pretty soon here?
Right in a moment.
Excellent. While he's getting that queued up, fun little Easter egg in the original NES game, of course. If you're on the ship at a certain point, you do button input, you get to play 15 puzzle. Who doesn't love 15 puzzle? But in the PSP version, you can actually get real rewards for it. And the one Sonny's hoping to get here is an emergency exit, which will let him escape the Earth Cavern very quickly and save a whole lot of walking and shave probably about 2.5 to 3 minutes on his run. So fingers crossed.
Turbo Ether, no dice. It happens. But you noticed I had time to spare. I swear I am not good at 15 puzzle.
Yeah, and the key thing there is that you don't actually want to be sub 30 on it. If it's sub 30, it pulls from a different prize pool, and that doesn't include the emergency exit, which is what we're going for there.
Well,
So nice of Sonny. Oh, go ahead, Bonnie.
I want to jump in here to say, boy, Sonny, if you're not that good at that, I don't know what to say, because you made that look pretty darn easy. But I also want to say that I want to give a shout out to chat for heeding my call, because I do have a donation here to read. We have a $20 donation from Leggy Starscream, who says, best of luck to Demerine and Sawneyrath in their quest to find Warmech. Thanks to everything you all do for this great cause. Leggy Starscream, thank you for the donation. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Leggy.
Thanks, Leggy. Leggy runs PSP, or doesn't run PSP, she runs GBA. So she is really familiar with the 15 puzzle. She's also new to the Final Fantasy randomizer community, and we've run a few seeds together. She's a joy, so thanks again, Leggy.
Sadly, of course, because it is a speedrun, we don't get to see the fantastic extra cutscenes that they threw into the game to watch. I don't know how blowing dynamite underground gets rid of the land. Well, I don't understand the engineering behind this, but Dwarven tech, what can you do?
All right, here we go.
Sonny now heading into the Earth Cavern, which is, again, if you're new to the speedrun, you can have a little bit of difficulty on here. There are certain surprise attacks that can come out of nowhere, especially on floors 3 and 4, I believe, that you just lose if you aren't prepared to deal with it. So Sonny, on the other hand, has done this so many times that he'll be fine. Same with Demerine once she arrives there. But if you do get one of those encounters, feel free to call it out, Sonny, and be like, this is the one you don't want to see.
I actually have one of the ones you don't want to see. You don't want to see Pisco Demons down here, because Pisco Demons are an unrunnable encounter. There are a few set unrunnable encounters in the game. In this case, the only one you don't really want to see are Pisco Demons themselves. It's not a very detrimental encounter to get, it just wastes time since you have to use your judgment staff on them, since that's the only way you can kill them. You can't kill them with Thundara just yet.
Yeah, need a few more levels or a little bit better gear for your Black Mage to be able to wipe them that way.
Bye, Vampire.
So the thing is, I think that you might have missed Sonny's menuing in Melbourne just a moment ago as well. Well, we grab a set of steel gloves, which are not terribly exciting, but we are able to use the glitch to transform those into a barbarian sword. If one of you could tell us what the barbarian sword is exactly.
Is that not the most powerful melee weapon from the bonus content?
It is the most powerful weapon from the bonus content. The only way you can get it outside of doing the equipment glitch is by defeating the final form of Chronodia in the Cavern of Time, which is the ultimate extra dungeon in this version of the game.
So needless to say, our fighter and thief are both in pretty good shape for melee DPS for the rest of the game. And side note there, after killing the vampire would have been where, had he gotten one, Sawney would have taken advantage of that emergency exit, because we do have to do another little fetch quest over to Sarda to get the rod to actually continue our way down to Lich's chamber proper.
This is a scary encounter to get, but I ran from it. Good. Okay.
Yeah, all these zombies with their paralysis are very annoying. With the defensive gear that our racers are wearing, they're not going to really punch for that much, but paralysis just slows everything down terribly.
Now, I just got one of the worst encounters to get on the second basement of Earth Cave, just because gargoyle encounters take a while since they get multiple hits.
Yeah, so we will be walking for a little bit and keeping our fingers crossed that we don't get too many bad encounters. Of course, with Vampire done, the next real boss we get to fight is Lich, so we'll see if these runners are blessed or if they're in trouble. Bonnie, you have anything for us during these this next little bit of fetch questing?
I do not have any donations to read, but I will give another reminder here that for everybody that does donate at least $15 during this run, that gets you eligible for a prize of a full set of FF1 character sprite perlers, and they look fantastic. I know Scala had linked them earlier in chat. You definitely want to see if you can get those. All you got to do, $15 during this run. That's it.
And of course, not only for your own personal prize desires, but I honestly would love to see us hit that $8,000 mark before too much longer. That way, tomorrow we go into Saturday, 2,000 to hit, a lot of hype runs on the table, but let's go ahead and get them, bumped into that if we can tonight.
I don't think it's unreasonable to ask for 8,000 total by the end of this run. What are you thinking, Ben?
I mean, it's probably a little over an hour to go. I guess it depends on who is awake and who... Sorry, I just saw Wells' post.
I think Stoney and I are...
Actually, I probably would, Wells.
Just fall out of your chair, be like, nope. Mission accomplished.
You guys would experience something that Vonnie has experienced that is probably considered legendary.
It's a vocal utterance of exuberance. I think that's probably the best way to put it for this stream.
Eternal joy. Please stop, game. Please just stop.
Hi, Sarda.
I haven't seen the sun for like 12 minutes. Please let me out.
Are you getting piled on by zombies there, Dem?
I did almost take a stun lock from 4. Not from like 6 or 8 or 9, from 4, because I don't think to cast Pyra on 4.
I almost took a stun lock from 7.
7's more reasonable. At least have 2 full rows of zombies before you start acting like you're gonna completely stun lock me,
Yeah.
I mean, if it's 7, I'm usually torching them for safety's sake at that point, because stun locks are very bad.
Oh, I know exactly which encounter table this is. Oh. I've spent too much time playing the randomizer because you can actually figure out which encounter tables you're on. There are 4 different encounter tables, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
And based upon which packs you get, as well as where you get them, you can figure out which encounter table you're on, know exactly where you'll be safe and where you might experience some danger. Alright, Earth Cave. Round 2.
Lich, bless Dan this.
Indeed. We'll need Lich to bless Dan with whatever this might be.
So getting there slowly but surely, encounter after encounter. The one interesting thing is that the world is very open, but since we're already over here in the Earth Cave Melmond region, this is the part where we go ahead and clear this all out, deal with it now. Some of the later places that our racers will go may not be quite the order that you would have done playing the vanilla game yourself back in the day. Now, you mentioned earlier, Demerine, that we do have a friend in chat, Leggy Starscream, who runs the advanced version. How does the PSP routing compare to advanced and vanilla?
So the major thing with vanilla NES US, which is, I know Gyre's the big runner of that, among other people, and GBA, is that neither of them have really serious glitches built into them like this run does. The routes are fairly similar, though, which is basically we have to do Earth Cave first because we can't get the canoe otherwise, and then you immediately get the airship as soon as you can because, you know, walking everywhere is bad. But also, without those glitches, what ends up happening is that in the GBA version, you're going to use 15 puzzle to get your party up to snuff because you're either going to need Mega Elixirs for the Black Belt route, or you just need a bunch of money to buy a bunch of spells for the Black Mage route. And NES is NES. Like, it's just, you know, it's fun, but it's a long run because it's pretty grindy.
Gotcha. So do they also go to ordeals and do the class? Well, I'm guessing if you're doing Black Belt, you're going to grind before doing class change, of course. But otherwise, do you usually do ordeals and class change before doing carry or Merilith like we do in this version, or not?
Yeah, you want your class change early on that run. It's just you don't necessarily need it for the Black Belt route, which you might be able to ask Leggy about if she's still in chat, because she would know better than I would.
Gotcha. It's kind of interesting just how different each rendition of this game has been from the NES to the Advanced to the PSP version. Because, of course, some RPGs that we've seen a bit of, you know, there was a Final Fantasy IV No CW run the other night. You will not see that kind of speed run in the later versions of Final Fantasy IV, you know, things that get patched out and fixed and everything. Whereas this one, it seems like the further they went along, the more exploitable it became.
All right. I'm not forgetting to save. That's for sure.
Oh, I'm only like 2 floors behind. That's not bad.
I had a bunch of encounters.
Yeah, you're getting your comeuppance for how nice the oceans were to you earlier there, Sonny.
All right. Lich, please bless this run.
And if you'll, and I think that the stream may be a little behind where you are, Sonny, so don't be too boisterous with what happens, just in case you spoil it for everyone. We're all gonna keep our fingers crossed with bated breath.
Knowing Sony as well that I do, that's a big ask.
Well, I'm guessing he didn't wipe. Otherwise, there would definitely be cries of agony.
Or mashing of the reset button.
Oh, just swipes. Just all the little swipes. Lich, I think you were leading a charmed life on this run, Sonny. Well
I
played.
may have been.
Well, Sonny's been blessed fully there, Demerine. You think Lich is going to be a little more annoyed with your white mage status coming through?
19. I just took 19 wraith swings, so whatever.
It's already cursed. Lich can't help any at this point anyway.
Like, I have to safety menu for more ether, for more mana on my black mage, because I've had to kill so many packs for safety.
At least you won't have to grind as long in Ice Cave.
Undead packs aren't worth garbage for experience. Like, let's be real here.
Yeah, but with as many as you've probably had to kill.
I mean, white mage status means you have to kill all of the undead normally, so...
That's true. That's true. It's kind of your duty. I remember when I was a kid, first playing D&D, and you learn about turn undead. I'm like, why would I want to turn undead? I'm a cleric. I want to say very not undead. And it's like, oh, like eternal. Okay, I learned a new meaning for this phrasing today,
Oh man.
and that's my 7th grade anecdote for the evening.
Yeah, and as anybody would know, Final Fantasy 1 is just D&D, D&D the video game.
It really is.
You're telling me there's a temple and it's full of elemental evil? No.
What is this, the Gygax campaign?
All right, let's heck off.
All right, yeah. I think stream is finally catching up to it. Let's see how bad this goes. Or good, either or.
Well, there was a flick. One thing you will probably see me do with my movement a lot in this game is I will flick between 2 tiles.
Why is that?
It's just for quick adjustments. It's not very easy to do either.
And ooh, there it goes. There's the Blizzara. Not blessed. Hashtag not blessed. Lich, please. Round 2. Demerine, you okay, friend?
I even went for the safety fire too with the Black Mage to make sure I'd get out the damage. Just needed my Thief to outspeed Lich. That's like minus 45 seconds. I didn't need that time anyway at this point.
Well, let's see how the second round goes. Hopefully, you'll just get the paltry little swipes like your co-racer here did. Oh, easy peasy. Where was that Lich?
Or you could take 0 damage at all.
That's
Did you get a crit?
I cast Fire 2 for safety again, but I didn't need it. Basically, don't mess with Lich. I'm so used to disrespecting him on the randomizer. You walk up to him and blow him up. Here,
Yeah, we'll have a chance to disrespect him later, though.
I'm getting flared, right?
Oh, I am too. I always get flared.
So the luck's gonna flip on the Lich revisited fight then. So Sonny, you'll get the nuke that time, and Demerine, you'll just skate by unscathed, right?
I mean, the flare only means you've got to do a little bit extra menuing, because if you have enough speed at that point that you'll get your swings in with your Thief and your Fighter usually first.
So we are getting another bit of menuing here, and we will finally get Sonny's party in the correct order pretty soon, I believe. Happens here in Crescent Lake. And we have a whole bunch of black garb going on our characters, thanks to the mithril axes for sale. And the gloves are becoming one of the least appropriately named weapons in the game that I don't really want to contemplate what it's actually used for. But Vonnie, did you see what that weapon happened to be called? I just want to hear your voice say it.
The Barbarian Sword?
No.
Oh no. Ooh. You must be referring to the Lust Dagger.
So, it is not as you may think it might be. It's actually mainly for the agility buff as well as the damage output that it gives. It gives, if I remember correctly, an extra 10 agility.
Yep.
And then it has a massive amount of attack power on top of that.
So
if all that gives you is extra agility, that's very disappointing.
I mean, it also gives you plus, I think, 64% hit rate, so it actually increases your hits by 2. So you're able to swing and hit 4 and 5 and 6 times with it. Which
it's an extra 32 accuracy overall.
You're not making it any better, Dan.
I don't get paid to make it better. I get paid to make it exciting.
What do you mean? We don't get paid at all.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, I'm just gonna shut up now.
Well,
take
on
this with
on
your
that topic,
donations.
yeah, I was gonna say, who should get paid is TakeThis.org with your very generous donations. Another reminder here that if you donate at least $15 during this run, you are eligible for a sweet set of Final Fantasy I character perlers. But then on top of that, if you donate at least $50, and that's cumulative throughout the entire week. So if you've already donated, maybe some, you want to top it off to $50, that gets you eligible for our grand prize, which is a brand spanking new in the box SNES Classic. So
Yep.
that would be very hyped to win. So don't forget that that is on the table as well.
Our runners will soon be entering. Well, Sawney and then Demerine. After that Lich cursing, no blessings there. We'll be following suit as well. Ice Cavern, another very nasty area where really good runs go to die. There are several encounters here that are unrunnable, some that are runnable, but you just want to fight anyway in case you do get Frost Breath by dragons, and monsters that have Death Touch. So you will see. I believe I saw a safety save there right before you entered the cave, right, Sonny?
Yes, I actually did safety save. I wasn't going to safety save originally, but considering how dangerous this part of the game really is, it's better to safety save than not. You have Mind Flayers that have Death Touch, as well as the ability to paralyze your entire party via Mind Flay, which is actually known as Trance in the NES version.
Yeah, we lovingly call it the dance party in the randomizer community.
Oh, yes. And then you've got Frost Dragons, you've got Mages, and they can cast Fire 3, which will instantly wipe you. Case in point with the 3-pack of Dark Wizards right here that I got a preemptive on. I flailed my arms at that, by the way.
Yeah, I always do too.
Yeah, so if there is going to be a wipe that gives us some good catch-up time, Ice Cavern is the place for it to happen.
It's about the last place it can happen to be very honest.
Yeah. But other stuff's going to be happening here, too. This is going to be, well, we can see the floater there just hanging out, but we have to loop around to drop down to get it. But also there is a spike tile here with the eyeball monster on it, which is going to be how our mages get their levels grinded up to be ready to become real masters of the arcane arts.
You know, I was going to say, is there any iteration of this video game where Ice Cavern isn't completely brutal?
No.
No.
Nope.
Ice Cavern is always brutal and will always be brutal.
Another Pisco Demon mob, not runnable. Rude.
Oh, nice.
And so what you'll see both runners doing when they do get to the eye fight is they're going to wait and make sure that the thief gets knocked out, and then it's going to be stab the eye in the eye with your lust daggers, with your mages, over and over until they have phenomenal cosmic powers at their disposal, which you then have to go actually spend money on to have real access to.
Sorry, Prof. Ness. While that sounds correct with the improved vanilla, you're still getting stunlocked by Spectre packs. It's fine.
There it is.
And I know upcoming that Demerine did request a little bit of silence during the actual grind. Both our racers will want to count the number of eyes they kill very carefully, because this sets up really their XP routing for the rest of the run. So I will take a moment to be quiet, and if you will each let us know when, well, we'll see you're moving on, but because of delay and everything, if you'll let us know when it's good to come back, just say the word. Sonic, Demerine.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, I'm all clear.
I'm on level 14 right now. $15. 16. Alright, I'm good.
Excellent. And the reason that both Sonny and Demerine want to grind their wizards to a specific level is we are, upon getting our airship, making a quick stop in Melman to get additional spells that'll serve us well the rest of the game. I believe you're getting... Hold on. Don't tell me. Trying to remember.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Sonny, no.
Oh my gosh.
Sonny, no.
This isn't any better.
I saw the Dark Wizard fight. I just saw the next part thing that awaited you. You're fine. You got this.
Are you okay, Sonny?
Oh, that was not any better at all. I'm okay, I think.
And then more unrunnables incoming. So wait, you don't actually, you do your leveling now, but you don't do the spell shopping for a while. You just lust dagger everything in the Citadel, right? Or am I forgetting the route?
You're forgetting the route.
Figures.
That... Well, okay.
Sonny. Dude, I thought Lich blessed your run. Why are you getting all the unrunnable?
That's part of the Lich blessing the run.
Oh no, Demerine. I was looking at all the Pisco demons and I missed it. Care to refresh us on what just happened there?
I had 2 sorcerers show up in Dance Party May, and they got 3 of 3 Death Touch procs right in a row.
Oh no.
Yeah, just
Did
after my grind.
Death Touch?
What's that?
Did they 3-hit you?
Yeah, they hit me. I had it was 3 hits on paralyzed characters, so there was no getting out of the way of the damage, obviously. And then yeah, White Mage got hit first, just died, and then Trance went off, couldn't run, and then just melee, and that was the end of that.
Demerine, if I were to read a donation, would that cheer you up?
That would make me very happy. Yes.
Awesome, because I have another donation from Leggy Starscream. This one is for $30, and this says, shoutouts to FF1 After Dark and the horrors of Ice Cave. It's kind of apropos. Donation goes to Hard Mode Jack Bros because I enjoy making people's lives difficult. And right on the heels of that, we have another donation. This one is from Cloudy1. It's a $20 donation that says, put this towards Phantasy Star. Both Leggy and Cloudy, thank you very much for those donations, and I will get those processed.
Demerine, are you going to need another moment of silence while counting your levels, or do you think you'll be okay?
I'll just finesse it at this point. Of course, I get the eye to cast Thundara on turn 1, my first dive in here, and now the eye has decided it's time to melee the thief over and over and over again. So yeah, I'm a little frustrated right now, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, well, you had so many great runs this week, so this is Final Fantasy 1 finally getting a little bit of vengeance on you for how much butt you've been kicking in your rando races, right?
Yeah, no, both my rando races were fantastic. So, this is I have not seen that happen yet to me, where I've gotten the bad break off the Mind Flayers after the fall. Because at level 18, 19, you expect to have agility enough to not even have to worry about it. But no, not today.
That was a very, very deadly encounter to get at this point.
Well, I guess we'll see what it is in a moment. We'll get caught up to you soon. Scala asks in chat, if even after watching this, someone wants to learn this run, what would you tell this person? Asking for a friend who is actually me. As someone who... I'll go ahead and take this while they're getting caught up and everything, well, while Demi's killing the eyes and everything. The RNG is usually not nearly this brutal. Ice Cavern can be terrible, but honestly, it's a very, very fun run. The equipment glitch is a blast to, when you do get the timing down and you're just, popping that OP gear on all your characters. Very satisfying. And then also, the remake, the original game too, some of my favorite music of any NES remade RPG. And it's usually around like a hour 40, hour 50 run when you're first getting going, maybe a little longer your very first time. So it's also very reasonable. It's not like... But of course, then there will be times where Lich hits you with Lazara and Nuke, and Ice Cave wrecks you, and you'll be, oh no, what am I doing with my life?
Yeah, I know for me personally, I picked up this run as kind of a good, solid starter run for new speedrunners to RPGs. It's a great gateway because, because the game is so broken, it runs really well. So it's usually a blast. Like, it can be a lot of fun, and sometimes it's just, much like any other RNG run, it can take as well.
And on that note too, that's one thing you point out, that there's no really complicated tech involved. It is a frame-perfect trick to do the equipment glitch, but it really doesn't rely on, let me get these 7 frames of timing perfectly. Getting better at this run is more learning your maps, memorizing what kind of equipment to glitch at which point, things like that. It's not, I'm never going to get the timing right on X, Y, and Z, or I'm not going to have this RNG manip memorized. It's fairly consistent stuff that you can build up over time instead of banging your head against a wall, in my opinion.
Scala knows about bosses being trolly. Hashtag who watches the watcher.
Yeah, that practice run where it took about 25, 26 times to get the watcher meat in Saga 2. Ooh.
Can't believe I had to just take a safety save after my eye grind because I'm just like losing my mind right now.
Yeah, this is a little past Demarine's bedtime, so the game is definitely not cooperating with getting her to bed at a reasonable hour.
Like to explain why that is?
Oh, it should...
We actually aren't wearing a staff as armor. We are wearing lordly robes now. It's the equipment glitch coming into action again, allowing us to switch the ID of the healing staff to the lordly robes, which is another extra dungeon item.
Yeah, so anytime it looks like they're quickly moving from a weapon to an armor slot or an armor to a weapon slot, it's just reading the ID, changing it to the other one. We're not actually doing anything like putting, a sword in our accessory slot.
I always have a hard time finding this island.
Oh, no, I was right. You don't buy all your spells until you're on your way to a Sunken Shrine.
Yeah,
correct.
You can't buy them until you're class promoted because you need Hilara and teleport.
Yeah.
Heck, where am I flying right now? I'm a little on tilt right now.
Yeah, I figured you would be after that happening at Ice.
I'm good. I found Castle Ordeals. I'm good. I remembered where I had to go.
Just breathe, Demerine. It's all okay. You're here for a good cause. You're not here for a world record.
Oh, hey, there's Porsyth. What's up, Porsyth?
Hi, Porsyth.
So Sonny has completed the class change, so all his characters are now upgraded, able to finally get those spells to go along with their levels.
Thanks for the good luck, Porsyth, but you're a little late.
Yeah, I kind of got hit by 4 mages as well as other things.
Yeah, and also poor Scythe, poor Demerine already suffered a Lich 1 Blazara, and then a what was that? A disco shuffle? What's the phrase for what the Mind Flayers did to you after your grind?
Party.
The Death Touch Dance Party.
Death Touch Dance Party. Ooh, that is. I think that's the roughest wipe I've seen in U2. As long as U2 have been running this, I think that's the worst I've borne witness to, especially given that you did save outside the cave to boot.
Yeah, and Nikki's got the right of it, is that I also got ambushed by a sandworm, because why not? But Earthquake missed everybody.
Oh, you got the fatal encounter as well.
Yeah, but it was 0 for 3, thankfully, so, we take those.
Demerine, every time a Mind Flayer encounter pops up on your screen, my heart just sinks a little bit. I'm so glad you're getting away from these.
Yeah, poor Scythe, it's definitely both.
Looking at that 11-minute ordeal split right now. Good times.
That sounds like good times. Yeah, that's even better, Nikki. It's FF1 being FF1.
What are we playing? FF1?
I don't know.
Is this thing
FF1.
even randomized?
It's almost 2 in the morning, so that's actually funny.
I mean, you can be like, of course it is. Look, we're wielding barbarian swords and lordly robes. I mean, clearly we have a very high treasure flag active this time.
We couldn't even get a full hour into this run before someone had to make that joke.
Hey, we almost made it a full hour into the run.
I think that's actually pretty good. Dr. D, we are hoping both racers have agreed that if they do bump into War Mech, they're going to make it a war chump.
I probably should heal soon.
Forsyth, I'm very aware there's a PSP randomizer, and I really just don't need to play another Final Fantasy randomizer.
It's really only half of an additional randomizer, right? Since you already play FFR?
Yeah, we'll go with that.
There you go. Silver Moon, please.
This might actually be bad.
And of course, for those of you who are unaware, it looks like why is Sony purposely taking all this damage on these lava tiles? You don't have random encounters on lava tiles, so it's straight off. You take the points of damage from walking over it, but you don't have to worry about random encounters until you're back on land. And of course, at this point, with these levels, this gear, Merilith, not an issue. Lich can, give you a very harsh time on your run. I don't think I've seen either of you or anyone ever have a problem with Merilith along this route.
Well, if you have enough potions, you'll be fully healed going into the fight anyways, which means that you won't die if she casts Fire 2 on you, which is fine.
Yeah, about that.
Did you forget to heal before Merilith?
No, I didn't have potions for my knight.
Who cares about the knight? It's fine.
I mean, he's still living with 1 HP.
It's one more than you need to be. Wait, that's no more than you need to be alive.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's pretty much the boundary.
Man, Sonny, it's weird to say this, but I'm looking forward to running the FFR challenge scene tomorrow morning, because how much worse could it be at this point?
One word, lobsters.
You had to say the one word.
Hey, I mean, if Demerine curses on the stream, she has to donate so much money, right?
I'm not cursing on this stream. It's a PG stream. I am good. I know what's up.
Close enough.
Very well controlled, Demerine. Very well controlled.
Demerine, if you do end up cursing, I got a jar right here for you to put your money in.
Yeah, the swear jar is like one part hilarious meme, one part I needed to learn a little bit more self-control after another very famous challenge seed where, seriously, game?
Cool explanation with seriously game.
Oh, that's right. This is unrunnable.
Did you get the Hellhound encounter?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the one that's easy to forget.
And I'm proceeding to try to die to it right now.
I have run from that one so many times because I always like. How often do you deal with encounters between your airship and the Oasis caravan? Very rarely. I'm like, why can I not? Oh, Hellhounds.
Yeah, tilting. Again, this is what happens when you tilt off when you're doing a run, is you forget the basics.
Oh, and Sonny has completed his magic shopping, picking up Haste and Lazara, as well as Hilara and Teleport. Teleport, of course, letting us go back floors in dungeons to save a little bit of time. Haste will make his melee attackers do ridiculous damage. Hilara is the new hotness when it comes to healing, and Blazara rounds out the tier 2 spells, so the Black Mage can clear away all those rude, unrunnable encounters.
And you may have also seen me get haste for my ninja. I did end up having enough levels to do that, so hopefully that will make chaos quite a bit easier. And
excellent.
I hope so. It usually saves you a couple of turns of buffing, which is pretty good because you can get your Black Mage online a lot faster.
And when we're not being interrupted by all these unrunnable Sahagins, honestly, in my opinion, I think the Sunken Shrine is the best song on the soundtrack. It's my personal favorite, at least. Love the music down here.
we'll get to mine later. I'll point out my second favorite and my favorite.
It's probably mostly because back in the days when, in my day, in the mid-aughts, there was a really hype remix of the Sunken Shrine theme back on OC Remix that I still listen to periodically today.
Because OC Remix has some good stuff.
Yep.
You okay there, Dim?
Oh no. Oh no. Dem, please. Dem, please.
Please don't.
So about that swear jar.
So that's never happened before.
Did we have a that's never... What happened?
So you did not heal before Volcano, right? So you have to run from one encounter in Volcano usually. One. Exactly one. So you can usually do that on 1 health and be fine. Because I was playing it really thin because, again, head's not in it. And of course, I get attacked and 3 attempts to run, all of them fail, including a thief run. So I just died in Volcano.
Oh, Lord.
Hey, it's all good. Pick yourself up. You got time. You got time.
Oh, where's my last save? I think it's an ice cave. I may not pick this one back up, honestly.
Oh no, Demerine!
You don't take a lot of safety saves in this run.
You did save after your grind this time, though, right?
Yeah, I did.
Well, I mean, y'all have 2 hours slotted for it. We're only at an hour 6. See how much you can make up. I mean, don't feel compelled to do anything. I understand.
Yeah. I'm cutting my timer at least. Do you want to update your times? Let's go. No.
Well, Squib still has you running on stream, so you can do whatever you want on your personal timer. No issues there. And we'll pretend this night never happened.
Ah, man.
All right, I'm coming up to serious time.
Before you do that, Leggy Starscream, thank you very much for the 100 bits.
Sending their love to you, Demerine. And so just let us know when you start the Sea Shrine menu, and we'll give you a moment of silence while you complete.
I'm already in it.
Oh, sorry.
And I'm done with it.
Excellent. Okay. So what Sony does there is he grabs one ribbon, but of course using our glitch and a character who can equip the weapon that has the corresponding. Yeah, well you got the ribbon, you turn it into a Gigantex.
That's Waterfall Cave.
Oh,
This is the Lordly Robe menu and
Survival vest.
menu.
gotcha.
Gets the last of your endgame armor other than your one ribbon for everybody.
Yeah, where's my page up button? My bad. That's the survival vest, Lordly Robes.
Yes.
My bad. Spoilers, there are ribbons involved in this game. We'll get there. My bad.
We're not too far away from it, honestly.
But that equip that Sony just did is the one that Demerine referenced earlier, that if you forget to put the Lordly Robes on your White Mage, if you just, slap survival vests on the White Mage like you do everyone else, all of a sudden you get to Chaos and you're like, wait, why is my Hilara only doing this amount of healing? You really want that magic boost that the Lordly Robes provide.
I'm gonna let everybody see the airship rise though at this point because let's at least see some cutscenes.
You gotta show off those beautiful cutscenes now.
By the technology of the PSP, let's go. I've actually not seen any of the cutscenes in this game because when I first played it, it was while I was learning the route. It's like, hammer A to skip cutscene. Okay.
Yeah, I first played this game. I got it as a Christmas gift in 2007 when it was released, because this is the 20th anniversary release of Final Fantasy. But I got a PSP and Final Fantasy 1 and Final Fantasy Tactics War of the Lions as a Christmas gift.
Ooh, very nice. Very good Christmas. Oh, and Squibs is offering to cut your time on the actual restream if you want that to be done, Demerine.
Yeah, if you could, please.
I'm also offering to read a donation if y'all feel so inclined.
Go for it.
Every donation makes me feel a little bit better.
Okay, and this one in particular will be good. We have $20 from Neon Gray, who says, "You got this, Demerine," and it's followed by 4 hearts. And then it also says, "Put this to Fantasy Star, please." So, Neon Gray, thank you very much for not only the donation, but trying to give one of our runners here a little support.
Hey, Demerine.
Yeah,
The owning of Kraken I just did was for you.
thanks. Everybody knows how much I love to bring down the squid.
I don't know why I am deciding to attempt to run away from nightmares, but...
Yeah, why are you attempting to run away from nightmares? It's not always a good idea.
Because it's me.
Nightmares are notoriously good with their very high agility and very high evade. So normally when you're running this without all the glitches, they tend to get out of the way of whatever you're doing, and you're going to want to be spewing ice to it them as fast as you can. But
Or
for
Ice
us, or Ice 3 later on, but for us here, running is an option, but also you can one-shot them.
Come for the FF1 PSP race. Stick around for your Final Fantasy 1 randomizer pro tips.
Sonny, I'm just doing the same thing Syl did for Magus in Mystic Quest, which is I have taken all of the bad RNG.
I can't entirely say that you have, because, I mean, I did get ambushed by mages and hit by 2 ice dragons.
But
That's
how
fair.
many wipes, Sonny? How many wipes?
So far, 0.
Meanwhile, in Ambushed by mind flayers, round 57 and a half. That's it. Nuke. You've had enough. Demerine has had enough. Quite enough.
I'm good. I've seen plenty. They're getting J-stabbed. It's happening.
Deal with it, squid faces.
I imagine that's got to be pretty satisfying, though, yeah?
I mean, after the ambush, at least, again, with level 19, like level 19 on your mages, you expect to get out of the way of the procs, you expect to get out of the way of pretty much everything, and it's just tough when it doesn't happen.
Oh, and here Sawney's using the glitch that I accidentally skipped to earlier. You find one ribbon, but hey, guess what? Your knight can use a Gigantaxe. So we turn the ribbon into a Gigantaxe for the fighter, and then the fighter uses the Gigantaxe to give ribbons for all. And we are now very exceptionally protected.
For the most part.
So at this point, Demerine, I think you'd like to see a fan mod of this that basically lets you do an Undertale genocide run, right?
Not strictly necessary. I mean, I think I run, like, at this point in time, I've been running about 5 or 6 rando runs a week at this point, along with the offline PSP practice I've been doing, so I kill enough of these things, and it's really nice when you roll, like, 300 health lich.
Sawney doing a little more fetch questing now. Gonna take the slab, learn how to speak Lafinish, and then, well, pardon me, the Rosetta Stone. PSP nomenclature, pardon me. And then,
The slab.
and then we'll have, oh, it's Lufenian now too, instead of Lafinish. Okay.
I'm not getting Lupa-Lupa'd, that's all that matters.
Yeah, truly one of the finest commentary moments I've ever had was Wout, who is one of the admins for the Final Fantasy Randomizer community, explaining that Lafinish is actually one of the hardest languages to learn because even though it's 2 syllables, the amount of timing that goes into it makes it one of the most beautiful languages in existence.
I wanted to fight that Tyro so bad.
They're friends, not food. I do love also how kind of rude the map design was on this game, both originally and of course they preserved it at this point. Hey, let's give them an airship so they can fly anywhere. Okay, we're gonna let them land close to. No, no, you have to park your airship on the one tile, and then your poor little tiny sprites have to walk 50 miles to the nearest town. How does that sound?
Sounds like D&D to me.
Yeah, that sounds like good game design, honestly. I'm not sure why every Final Fantasy afterwards also decided to do that. I almost safety saved walking through the desert outside of Ordeals because that's the kind of day I'm having. Oh, wow! That's not something you see every day.
The game has broken you. Okay, they are food, not friends.
At least that wyvern didn't cast Mega Nuke on you.
I mean, at this point, I would have expected it.
That definitely would have been a "that's never happened before" moment.
And yes, Neon, that was actually the very rare and hard to find T-Rex. So we had a T-Rex sighting today, which is pretty rad.
Wait,
How rare?
you
how
got
rare-
you got the Tyrannosaur?
Yeah.
Nice! That is a rare T-Rex sighting. Those are fabled.
Brained that jerk, too.
I would kill that jerk just because it's so rare.
So with the encounter tables in this game, is it possible to get 2 war mechs along one single walk of the bridge, or is that just not possible with how they're set up?
I think there actually is one that can give you 2 war mechs.
That would be hilarious. And Demerine, if you somehow hit that tonight, I think that you still have to hold this up as an iconic run of this game.
I mean, if I run into 2 war mechs on the Bridge of Destiny, they're getting dismantled. It's gonna be great.
Alright, as soon as one of us gets to Flying Fortress 5th floor, please do not hesitate to spam the Warmech emote if you have Franker Face Z installed. We must have the power of the War Mech showing in this run. I will save and I will heal up as soon as I hit Flying Fortress 5F.
Sony, you know what else we could use the power of?
Some donations?
We could use the power of some donations in chat. So, want to remind you folks of a couple things. First of all, the cause that we are donating for. All money for that is donated during this marathon is going to go to an organization called Take This. Take This is a mental health nonprofit serving the game community industry by that providing resources, guidelines, and training about mental health issues in the game community, thus reducing the stigma of mental illness. They provide gamers and developers with resources, guidelines, and training that help them support themselves and others in dealing with mental health challenges. Their key programs are its AFK Room program at conventions, its mental health consulting program for game developers, and its ambassador program for streamers. So quite the worthy cause that every single penny of your donations will be contributed to. So by all means, go ahead and get your donations in, because I want to read them on air. I really do.
Give Vonnie things to read. It's good. It's good for the soul. It's good for the ears. That mellow accent, gotta love it. I say that, and then someone's gonna make a donation that just says "Lust Dagger" 15 times straight.
All right.
Please, please, please. That would be
Steps
awesome.
before Tia. Oh.
Yeah, we want to hear Vonnie read as much as he can in that smooth voice.
We still have an opportunity after Tiamat as well, so keep that in mind.
Oh, so here's a question. Tiamat says, you have beaten 3 fiends and reached my perch. What happens if you route out of order and come fight Tiamat before you've cleared Merilith and Kraken? Does she say something different?
She'll say that you've defeated the 2 fiends, whichever 2 fiends you do before Tia. It
Gotcha.
does change the text based upon.
But just number, nothing like, how did you get here?
Yeah, pretty much.
Aw, shame.
By the way, that was a gold split between the Warp Cube to Tiamat and killing her.
Nice.
So what you're telling me is you didn't get Warmech. That's what I'm hearing.
So far, I haven't. We still have one more opportunity before I make it to the teleporter.
Alright, we finally made it to my favorite fiend. Slightly
Right.
off schedule.
I even took extra steps. Alas, no encounter. I'm sorry to have failed you guys.
It's okay. Demerine will get enough for both of you. I can already feel it.
Hopefully she does. Because I would love seeing a Warmech.
Based on the number of war mechs that I'm seeing in chat here, I believe that they agree with you.
Everybody loves the robot.
Alright, so I said I would mention my favorite songs as soon as we got to them. One of them I didn't mention. It's actually the Flying Fortress. And the other one we are coming up to. Now that we have all 4 orbs lit, or all 4 crystals lit, it is time to shine their light upon the black orb, travel back 2,000 years into the past, and go into the Chaos Shrine revisited.
You have your loot, right?
I do have my loot. I made sure to loot that.
Shoutouts to Silverfire.
Shoutouts to Silver indeed.
You see,
Silverfire.
I'm just trying to subtweet Sylv, and y'all have to go out there and just say it out loud. I'm trying to be subtle with it. And you're like, LOL.
But this is my favorite track in the game. Also, Ice Storms are coming up.
I mean, Syl is the person who got me into this community in the first place, basically, so...
I should also point out that among this group, if Venerable is the one being subtle, then yeah.
Oh,
Bonnie, please. I put the B in
Run
subtle.
from these, that's right. I don't run across this encounter very often, so
Which encounter?
gas dragons.
Oh, wow. Yeah, well, that's a catch-up experience.
Yep. This is not an encounter I come across very often. I usually get Badmen or the Dark Fighters, Dark Mages. Of course. I mentioned Dark Fighter, Dark Mages, and that's a thing.
What a terrible name. I'm glad that they redid it to Green Dragon. Like Gas Dragon is just, ugh. Ugh, what did that thing eat? Ugh.
I mean, it spews damage poison, so...
The world may never know.
It's been eating, clearly, all these Dark Wizards and Dark Fighters.
I was going to say, Gas Dragon sounds like a euphemism for something sophomoric.
Oh, boy.
By the power of rock, we will move an even bigger rock.
Okay.
So, the next big boss battle Sawneyrath has coming up is Lich 2. So you've been blessed once. Let's see if it persists all the way through TOFR.
That's gonna be the question.
Yeah, you've had some close calls and you've had some very rude, unrunnable encounters, but you've not had a single wipe this entire race. So fingers crossed. I'm not saying that to curse you. I'm saying this has been very smooth. Demerine's stolen all your bad luck. And given just how bad luck it was for her, I hope that you continue fully unscathed and just destroy this joint.
I appreciate it. Oh, thank you, Preemptive. At the right time, too.
Oh, TOFR, Temple of Fiends Revisited.
Yeah, in this version, it's technically the Chaos Shrine, but nah, it's TOFR.
So if you really want TOFR to be nice to you, are you hoping for Topher Grace?
Yes. Except right now, I'm definitely not getting that. Oh, this might be bad. This might be really bad.
Yeah, this is fine. This is fine.
This is not fine.
How bad is it?
I might wipe. I think I just wiped to White Dragons.
All of the ice storms. Ugh.
And my last save was...
Probably outside Topher.
outside Ice Cave.
You didn't safety save before TOFR?
Nope.
And with that, Demerine is back in the lead.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, Demerine, you sure you don't want Squibbins to get your timer back up?
Oh.
Undo split. Undo split.
Final Fantasy 1 wanted itself to be known.
Hey, Demerine. Guess
Hey,
what?
what?
You're in the lead. We do get more, as Key Paladin points out, we do get more War Mech chances this way. So. Oh, Sonny.
And you know, and we
I ain't
also
even mad. That's the funny part.
yeah. We do also now have we have a little more time here to get to that $8,000 donation mark before the end of this run. So, yeah, let's keep working on it, folks.
I mean,
Well, the problem is that this puts me 40-ish minutes back, so...
Probably not going to PB is what you're saying.
Yeah, pretty much.
No. Now you're just fighting to get the sub 2. That's the new goal. That's the new goal. What?
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
Wells did this. This is Wells' fault.
I remembered to hit yes on the barrel though, so that's a win right there.
It's like when I'm out, like when you're hiking and you're tired, or it's just one more hill, just 100 more yards or meters or whatever unit of measurement you prefer. Just a little further, just a little further.
In what is one of the worst menuing decisions of a Final Fantasy game, if you talk to the barrel to go down to Sea Shrine, but it defaults to no, don't get in the barrel. I mean, I get it, Kraken's scary, but still.
I mean, honestly, I think the bigger problem is that you're having a conversation with an inanimate object, so...
That's pretty standard these days.
This time of night, after how Final Fantasy 1 has treated y'all, yeah.
Well, rando get a rando, that's how this works.
I was gonna say, Ben, I feel personally attacked by that comment.
Wait, which part? What did I say?
About talking to inanimate objects.
Oh.
I mean, we are talking to a microphone, even though it is talking into a microphone. So this means we have another chance for Warmac to appear.
Sure, and this is still anyone's race. Demerine, are you safety saving periodically now, or are you about to go back really far when something bad happens?
I'm gonna start safety saving like I run in GPA.
Okay. I see. I just realized what Squippins did, and there is now just one collective timer for the two of you instead of separate timers.
Brilliant.
Is it just a timer that's counting up that says how many minutes it has been since our last horrific mishap?
Oh, that would be great. Instead of like the actual time of the run, it's like 5 days since last wipe. No mortal accidents. No OSHA violations in Topher.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, we have gone 10 minutes and 50 seconds since our last horrific wipe.
Oh, I think that was 15.
So not to make things worse, but about what were you on schedule to get there, Sonny, if the ice dragons hadn't been all
133.
Ooh, nice.
Sonny, you even talked about that before the run. This is the second time that somebody has said something completely prescient during a Final Fantasy run for this marathon. I had to go back and watch the FF1 randomizer replay because I just needed to hear Will Cleosis talk for an hour. And he mentions 22 minutes into the run that they're going to have the herb in a chest blocked by iron golems in Marsh Cave. And he said all of those things, and all of those things happened.
Wow.
And now I said that a wipe was probably going to happen due to frost dragons.
Due to frost dragons.
What happened due to frost dragons?
Hey, Sonny, what's cooler than being cool?
Being ice cold.
All right.
I got put on ice. Oh my gosh. Okay.
I'm gonna have to pull up another tab just with all the Arnold Schwarzenegger, Mr. Freeze puns from Batman Forever.
Oh my gosh. I have a headache from laughing so hard now. Oh my gosh.
Okay, everyone, chill.
On a scale of 1 to 10, this run just became an 11. Oh my gosh.
So you remember earlier, Demerine, when you had your wipe and then you were like, oh, I hadn't saved since Ice Cavern.
Yep.
How do you feel?
I feel like my run is still going somehow.
And Sonny, you never sort of think, saving since Ice Cavern. Maybe I should. No. Who needs to save after Ice Cavern? Not me.
What is saving?
Now, Swibbins is not capturing my audio because I have not yet separated my audio from my desktop, which is not great. But I'm getting the audio glitch in C-Shrine right now where the music is cutting out.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a fun one to get.
Yeah. Also, I did Serious Time where we're all joking like maniacs here, which is fantastic. So, I did it without even thinking about it. I just hammered right through it, and I definitely don't have survival vests on my white mage, I swear.
Now, what is it that causes that audio glitch?
I have no idea, honestly.
Stuff and things.
Forsyth in chat, by the way, is asking if we could do this as a best of 3 at this point.
I mean, we're working on round 2 right now.
More or less, yeah.
I mean, if the save's corrupt, that's perfectly fine. I'll just load up my one outside of Hellfire Chasm.
So this is why you should learn this run, everybody.
And I've gotten frustrated with wipes that weren't nearly that bad before. The fact that you two are still soldiering on is admirable. And Chad, really appreciate that in these racers. They both have suffered the slings and arrows of outrageous party wipes, and they're still plowing ahead. Another snow joke. To get this run completed. So make sure you give them your love, and if you have any more donations, I would love to hear Vonnie Vaughn read more of them.
Well, I think that would be a phenomenal way to show your appreciation for these runners and what they're doing, would be to give them a lovely message in the form of your donation comment. And I will also remind you that if you do make a donation of at least $15 during the course of this run, that puts you into the running to get a full set of Final Fantasy I character Perlers. So be sure to get your donations in there and get yourself eligible for that.
Mm-hmm. Again, highly recommend White Mage always.
So yeah, I wish there was more to say, but at this point, we've seen this part of the game.
Hi, Dr. Oon.
I mean, we kind of got everything except for the rest of Topher out of the way.
Well, we didn't get to Lich 2, sadly, and I was really hoping for some Lich 2 cruelty, so maybe we'll still get that. We still have a good chance to see Warmech, so there's a lot of fun things that can still happen on this run, and I believe there's one final, I mean, you'll both do your re-equips when you get to, Demarine's already cleared out Sunken Shrine. Sonny will redo the big equip when he gets there, and also, of course, at Waterfall Cavern. And then there's one final one right before Chaos where we get to have our Black Mage become a stabby beast as well.
Yeah, and I think Sonny and I both moved that re-equip to actually before Tiamat for a little bit of extra Tiamat safety and saves a little bit of menuing time, oddly enough, if you don't die.
Oh, nice. Excellent. I will have to update my notes.
I like Forsyth's parameters. First to get a Warmech just wins at this point. I think that's how we should conclude this, is whichever one of us gets a Warmech first just wins.
I mean, if you want me to run back and forth on the Bridge of Destiny for a while, I got plenty of ethers.
I mean, at this point, I really want to see y'all. Demerine, I want your Lich Vengeance, and Sonny, I want to see you take Chaos down tonight as well. But that's just me. If chat wants Warmech, I say give the crowd what they want. But just saying.
I'm gonna cut in here real quick. So we've talked so much about these runs, the donations and whatnot. We should talk a little bit about the group that's putting this on in the first place. The RPG Valkyries are a group of RPG speedrunning enthusiasts that put on events like this from time to time. It's a wonderful group of ladies that are like to perpetuate the RPG speedrunning lifestyle, and they have their own Discord where you can learn more about their events and just kind of chat and talk about those kinds of things. I do encourage you to join this Discord if you're not in it already, and if you haven't been, go into the Arts channel. Leggy Starscream put a wonderful, amusing picture in there that I think is very apropos to what we've been discussing during the course of this run.
And in all seriousness, please keep donating. Take this as a great cause. I know that I have used the AFK room at MagFest more than once, just because it's a busy scene, and you need that rest, you need that moment of respite, you need to have somebody to talk to. They're there for you. It's actually just such a fantastic thing that they do on top of a lot of the educational work. So obviously, highly recommend donating to them. Ooh, tiny ropes.
Take 2 of getting the flick to go upwards 1 tile.
So, Supremacy, I don't save before Sky because I've never wiped in Sky before.
Until you get a war mech.
I have enough health to survive nuclear, it's fine. It's probably not fine.
I was about to say, famous last words. I mean, I did predict the Frost Dragon wipe.
I mean, I did just get the 8 Cossatrice encounter in Mirage, and I decided to cast Pyra on it instead of trying to run. I've gotten a little skittish today.
That's alright, I know I'm on full tilt right now.
Final Fantasy After Dark.
The level of tilt right now is like tilt.
I mean, at this point, there's no recovery, so might as well just relax about the whole situation, right?
Yep.
Happy-go-lucky times.
Is it time to go die to carry?
Please don't die to carry.
No, it's not that time. That's not the time at all. I'm looking at the clock. I don't see die to carry anywhere written here at all. I don't know what kind of clock you're using, Sawny, but I don't want any part of it, okay?
Yeah, I think you're getting a bit carried away at this point.
Ooh, that was a good one. That's a good.
That was a really good one. That was subtle.
Carried, I get it.
Come on, Im, get the war mech.
Come on, everyone, donate for that awesome pun. Come on.
I gotta grab one other thing first.
Is it a ribbon?
No, I've got ribbons already.
Wait, what do you have to grab?
Our sanity.
I mean, you figure it's a Final Fantasy run, right? And, if I have to go forge the crystal, I'm gonna need an adamant.
Oh, for the fans.
Showing off.
Why am I pulling a U right now, Dem?
I mean, one of us has to have luck, and it's not me, clearly.
Well, I mean, apparently I can run away from a lava worm without much troubles.
I have a donation to read.
Yay!
May I?
Please.
Go for it.
Okay. We have a $20 donation from Invenerable. And it says $5 for Dem's Lich 1 Blizzara. $5 for her Death Touch dance party. $5. Oh my god.
Do it.
$5 for walking on lava. Wow. And don't it feel good?
No.
And $5 for dragons telling Sawney to chill out. Also, lust dagger.
And I forgot to put that towards an incentive. Would you put that towards Omni Swag on the Final Fantasy VII run?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. Is Sunken Shrine going to be any better than it was? That's a real question right now.
What was the gold split you had earlier?
Flying Fortress.
Oh, okay.
Between getting the Warp Cube and getting the Tiamat and killing her.
Oh yeah, because there were no war mechs. Hearts breaking. Oh, Demerine, I see you pacing back and forth. Good show.
For the fans.
Hashtag for the fans. I mean, I'm only going to take another minute or two doing this and then just go finish off Chaos.
Yeah, you better be careful. Sonny might actually catch back up. We have a race, ladies and gentlemen. And everyone, let's go.
I was about to say, I don't think you'd be opposed to me catching up. Oh hey, at least I didn't crash into Melmond.
I mean...
It's
I kinda
already
wanted
half
to.
rotten anyway. Melman, you wouldn't do any real damage.
The urban beautification campaign. Alright, I've had enough of this. Let's get out of here.
Womp womp. Maybe Sonny will get the double war mech. Maybe you've shifted the luck over.
And before triple war mech, just out of nowhere.
Like, I'm walking to the town of the Lefinish. Why is there war mech?
Why am I only encountering war mechs? How am I supposed to hold all these war mechs?
I don't know, it was really hard when I had to hold all those war mechs.
Hashtag that's never happened before.
I mean, it was the first race ever that I sat there and got to grind war mechs, so...
We just need Marsh Madness, Neon. I mean, fortunately, neither of us did die in Marsh, but at the same time, that would have been some Marsh Madness.
I mean, that's only like a 9-minute loss, that's not so bad.
Compared to the 40-minute loss, and I don't know how much you lost.
Between all my wipes, or just in general?
Specifically, what was the one from Gulag Volcano back to
Ice
Postgres?
Cave.
Yeah.
God, that's... let me look at my splits real quick. So, splits
14, 15 minutes on
probably.
average?
Yeah, because you get the floater at, let's see, 45 is my average there. And my average carry kill time is 15 minutes later, so probably about 12 to 15 minutes, yeah. All the Final Fantasy randomizer folks out there, just like, the Marsh Madness flags are the worst. Our race flags this week that I have not yet participated in, except in practice, is the incentive items are in Marsh and then Locked Marsh, which is a randomizer only thing, and it's awful.
Grim Reaper in the chat pointing out that Tiamat looks better than Kraken in this game, and I'm inclined to agree. Like, the design decisions of Lich, Marilith, and Tiamat all look pretty cool. Kraken just, I don't know, looks kind of silly to me. It's like the cape makes him look more like a kid squid playing dress up than an actual threatening elemental evil.
Kraken looks like she's melting.
Kraken is just not that powerful in the PSP run, honestly. It's
Kraken
like,
is not a gatekeeper.
oh no, I didn't safety save before TOF. What am I going to do?
Safety save in TOF.
Oh yeah, it's the PSP version.
I just want the cutscene to run first. It'll save some time if I safety save after the cutscene.
Can you actually teleport out of TOFR in this game, or is that something that was just added to the randomizer?
Yes, you can teleport and cast exit to get out of TOFR.
Gotcha.
Alright. Serious time, round 2, except it's not going to be serious time at all.
I think serious time expired back at about wiped Merilith time. I think they were simultaneous.
Serious time got eaten by white dragons tonight.
It's true. Hey, Demerine, if you see a pack of white dragons, will you get some vengeance for our boy Sawneyrath?
I don't run from white dragons anymore on these runs, honestly.
Since about 30 minutes ago.
Since about 30 minutes ago.
Yep, gonna put a pin in that. No longer.
This race really wasn't serious. And I'm being super serial in saying that.
Although Sonny and I did have one practice race, our first practice race, when we didn't know that we were in yet, but
My gosh.
where just go and find the highlight on my channel for it, and just go watch it. I will say no more. Don't say anything else. Please just go and watch it.
You have to watch it in order to experience the greatness that happens.
And I will say also, just generally, if y'all aren't following these two fantastic racers tonight, you should take a few moments and fix that. But do it quickly before Demerine gets to Lich 2, because we've got to see if she gets blessed this time.
Should I go grab the Mosmian?
Yes.
Okay.
You might as well.
Sonny's just trying to catch back up to you. Don't listen to him, Demerine.
The Mosmian's
I'm too far behind to really catch up.
It's a trick. Don't trust him.
Yeah, we love getting the Mosmian in the randomizer, but Moss is way out of where we normally go in this video game.
It also, of course, doesn't hold up to the Barbarian Sword.
The only sword that can hold up to the Barbarian Sword, and it's just by sheer chance, is the Ultimate Weapon, which is the weapon you get after finishing Whisperwind Cove.
And how do you get lucky enough for it to compare? What is its algorithm that makes it even stand up to it?
It's based upon your current HP compared to your maximum HP.
Ah, gotcha.
So if you are low HP, it's going to be extremely weak. If you are at a higher HP value or closer to your maximum HP, then it's going to be very strong. I've actually, in the GBA version, had Ultimate Weapon hit for upwards of 4,000 damage. And that's with 1 stack of Saber, 3 stacks of Temper, and Haste.
Dang.
And you'll see in this run that Barbarian Sword, we can get it to hit for 3,000 damage at the most.
Yeah, you stack those haste, get a good crit.
We don't have Temper to stack, though, which is the only downside.
Gotcha.
Temper would have taken quite a bit of time to get, but...
Sonny, I have some really good news for you, buddy.
What's that?
Demarine's Black Mage Ness has avenged you. The 4 white
Yes.
dragons have been defeated.
They did get off 1 Ice Storm, but all shall burn.
They needed you to chill out as well.
I like how she kept her nerves in that fight and didn't freeze up.
Hey, white dragons, you're fired.
Oh boy.
We've gotten to that point, Dem. Yes.
Yeah, it's we've reached that magic hour where everything is funny.
We have...
Every hour is magical with my friends. That sounded cheesy, but I really do love y'all.
We'll see if I can pull a miracle out of nowhere.
You know what else I love in Venerable?
Donations?
Donations! Yes!
I love
Oh my god,
donations,
how
too.
did you know?
I know you,
Prizes?
Bonnie. I know what you like.
Yeah, you do. All right, anyway.
Whoa.
So, just want to remind you that we still have donation incentives coming up for the runs that will be happening later today, as well as some prizes that you can win. This run, which hopefully, fingers crossed, if everything doesn't go catastrophically horrible, will be finishing fairly soon. If you donate at least $15 before the end of this run, that gets you into the running to win a sweet set of Final Fantasy I character perlers. And also, if you donate at least $50 cumulatively throughout this entire week, that gets you into the running for our grand prize, which is a new in the box SNES Classic. So there are definitely those prizes for you to win, and also check out those donation incentives that Scala has linked to. And if you see something you like, donate for it. Or if you just like donating towards a great cause, which is Take This, then that can be prize enough for you right there.
I just shoved Lich in the freezer.
I don't think that does anything to Lich.
Okay,
Yeah,
fine.
that's not how Undeath works. But nah, very nicely done. Didn't was kind of generous compared to the earlier part of the run, of course.
I see
Demerine-
Chad is on a roll with the puns here. Keep them coming.
Oh yeah, we love the puns. We love them a lot.
But not as much as donations.
Wait. Yeah, good call, Bonnie.
Very good call, Vonnie.
What we really want are donations with puns in them.
Ooh.
We need to be punished.
That's the dream right there.
And maybe with a few lust daggers thrown in for good measure.
Oh, the Lust Daggers will never die. By the way, with the Ice Dragons wiping me, Lich did bless my run.
Officially, huh?
Officially. Oh yeah, I need to go learn to not be Loopa-Loopa'd.
Wait, why am I casting lightning on the seafood party mix? I don't need to do this.
Why are you casting lightning on the seafood party?
Because lobsters. Because Invenerable mentioned lobsters like an hour ago, and now I just need to fry them all.
Hey, it's good
Fry
eating.
them all.
Wait, what else am I using all this mana on anyway? People who are actually learning to run this game, don't do what I'm doing right now. Actually run from the encounters you can run from.
Yeah, that's very true.
Come on,
And-
Demerine. We want the sub 2. You gotta get the sub 2.
I don't know what the timer is.
Oh, you have about 5 minutes 20 seconds to pull
Not
it
gonna make it.
off.
Yeah.
Not with that attitude.
Chaos is about 4 minutes on his own.
Well, you can at least treat us to a nice seafood dinner.
I mean, does everybody like calamari? Because I'm not into it. I don't eat it myself, but, you know, if you guys are, like, I'm okay with making it happen.
I mean, I'm honestly wondering more what the sea trolls taste like.
Can we talk dipping sauces?
We can certainly talk dipping sauces.
Yes, we can.
That sounds a little saucy if you ask me.
Are you a garlic butter, a cocktail, or a tartar sauce kind of gentleman, Vonnie?
Oh, garlic butter all the way.
In fact, who needs seafood? I'll just take a thing of garlic butter. I'm out. This is good. This is all I need. Heart disease intensifies.
Leggy, seeing that damage on the White Mage probably just makes you feel so much better compared to seeing what Kraken 2 can do in the rando.
8. 8 is a good number for the amount of damage that you take from these things.
I mean, at least it's not 2010.
8.
I do love seeing a black mage with a huge take no prisoners sword equipped.
Just whoosh.
It is about that time.
Clobberin' time.
Yeah.
Did you remember to re-equip your Sage Staff?
There's a chant
Yes.
rising up here in chat. I don't know if you see it.
Masamune.
I gotta kill Tiamat first. It's on the other side.
You don't have to kill Tiamat in order to access the Masamune.
Isn't it down from after the Tia fight? Not that it matters.
So from the start on basement 4, you go down right, and then you hit a corridor that goes down right, so on and so forth, until you get to a room that has the Masamune.
Well, I'll have to kill Tiamat again then. No big deal. Don't tell Silverfire.
Bonus content.
Couldn't find 2 war mechs, so we're gonna fight 3 Tiamats instead. That's a good exchange rate, I think, right?
Hey, I'm fighting 4.
That's true.
Ouch.
This is the worst game of Settlers of Catan I've ever played.
I mean, we already saw a T-Rex, everybody. Why not some Iron Golems, too?
Hey, you know what killed the dinosaurs? And also Demerine at Lich 1, and also Sawneyrath and TOFR. The Ice Age! And the Lust Dagger.
Lust Dagger. Just remember that we didn't start the fire. Oh man, ambushed by were-tigers.
I mean, look how strong this weapon is, everybody. I mean, I'm just popping it up on the screen for everyone. It is a legendary katana without peer.
Oh man.
That attack drop, though. Ugh.
Shire, thank you for the raid.
Yes, indeed, guys. Thank you very much for that raid. Everyone coming over from Guyer's stream, welcome into Speedrun Ragnarok here, a week-long charity marathon being put on by the RPG Dockeries. We are accepting donations. They are all going to Take This, which is a mental health assistance group that helps with, especially with the gaming community, creating the AFK rooms, helping raise awareness and erasing the stigma around mental illness. If you would like to make your donation, or if you'd like to learn more about Take This, Scala is linking some very useful links into chat. Be sure to take a look at those and contribute if you can. We would really appreciate it.
So combined, we're going to have 7 total Tiamats tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. That's a good number of Tiamats.
That's a lucky number of Tiamats. Hey, I get an unrunnable in Topher. Or not Topher, in Fortress.
We love our mother goddess. That's how that works.
I mean, I have to pray to her every night. What?
Like,
What?
I mean, I didn't know that you prayed to, like, ancient Babylonian gods.
Yep.
Neat.
I mean, she's definitely outnumbering Bahamut's on this run. Only had 4 Bahamuts total, right? But I guess she outnumbers Bahamut every run.
Well, if this were the randomizer, I'd want this encounter. Just saying.
4 manticores?
4 stone golems.
Also a good one.
Alright, so Demarine's on Tiamat 3. Yes, that's a thing tonight.
Do I hear Tiamat 4?
Slab's roof of FF1 PSP. This baby can fit so many Tiamats in it.
Sonny, I don't think there's a bidding system for this. I'm not sure where you're getting that from.
Alright.
That would be a funny incentive. Like, for every $100, you have to go back to the start and do TOFR again.
Stuck in the time
Okay.
loop, right?
Here we
Yeah.
go. Or I can be on my hero run. That works too.
Alright, fingers crossed. Can we get a war mech or 3 in chat?
I'm gonna do a dance around the crystal, just for you guys.
I mean, we already had a Death Touch dance party, so we might as well have a war mech hunt dance party, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's how you lure out the giant security system. You just start dancing over the ashes of Tiamat, and it's like chung chung, chung chung. Warmac armor.
All right, come on.
Wait, what is this? Final Fantasy VI?
I don't know anymore, okay?
This is just Final Fantasy in general.
I mean, there are Final Fantasy VI bosses. Something tells me we're not going to see Hellfire Chasm tonight, though.
Yeah.
Oh, that's FF4
Hellfire
anyway,
Chasm is
but-
Final Fantasy IV.
Yeah. I'm just mean
That's
that.
got Scarmiglione.
Yeah.
I think it's worth pointing out that while we're all ensconced with the hype around potentially getting a Warmac on Sony's side, Demerine is currently fighting the final boss of this game.
Let's get some chaos hype.
That's not
Let's-
Cronodia.
Let's see this. Let's see this chaos go down. Opening with Blaze is good. It's not going to kill the Black Mage, which is important, because I still want to get my hastes up, even though my Black Mage is equipped with the very trolly Mazamune instead of the overpowered Barbarian Sword.
Want to get all the damage in you can,
One.
Yep.
even with a weapon that's not giving you all the damage you can get.
We basically want to see Chaos deciding to go with melee attacks or level 3 spells. Tsunami is not what we wanted to see.
All right, that
Tsunami
was
is
my
the-
last loop.
The second highest damaging spell, and Cyclone is the highest damaging spell, so things are about to get a little bit dicey, because 294 health Ninja could die to this.
Oh, yeah, I really hope you don't get cycloned.
Maybe maybe the next marathon, instead of being the end of the world, could be, I don't know what the creation myth is in Norse mythology, but Ragnarok has definitely been brutal on this run tonight, to say the least.
Look at that Mazamune. What a pretty sword.
Oh, there's no commentator's curse tonight, Maverick Kanissa. This has been brutal enough, start to finish, all of its own accord. At this point, we're just seeing how hilariously bad it can get. It's not even a curse. It's like, what else could go wrong?
So to recap from the beginning of this, we brought out wipes on Lich 1. We brought out wipes on Frost Dragons in Topher. We've what else have we brought out? We've had a wipe in
Death Touch Dance Party.
And
We've had
time.
Death Touch Dance Party. GG. Icy White Dragons.
Oh, wait, you're not supposed to say time, Demerine. What was the phrase we agreed on with Squibbin?
Oh yeah, crack boom. We did it. Chaos down.
I think stream's getting a little caught up there, but GG Demerine, way to stick with it.
Yes,
Yeah.
GG indeed.
Each of our racers tonight suffering a huge setback. Demerine lost about 15 minutes due to a nasty wipe in Gulag Volcano, and of course, as Sonny just mentioned, hey, White Dragons, vengeance time, right? Sent him packing all the way back to Ice Cavern earlier. So, if the time looks a little overestimate, Final Fantasy 1 earned every minute of it tonight.
Yeah, it was a cold, lonely winter.
Sawneyrath's Groundhog did not see its shadow. Or did see its shadow? I don't know how Groundhog Day works. 6 more weeks of winter. That's the point.
And now I'm gonna get all the unrunnables.
So Demerine, was that a PB?
Marathon PB.
I'm now 3-0 against Sawneyrath in races.
This is true, you are.
And you were about to give up.
I mean, you know, giving up is totally not an option, I swear.
Until it is. Another unrunnable.
Sonny, you made ridiculously good time on this recovery, though. Like, given how far along we were when you did take the wipe and how far back you had to go, you are absolutely killing it, dude.
Appreciate it. I know I've had to make up a bunch of time. That's what's been on my mind, is just stay focused and do what I can to make up the time.
Demerine, typically, like, what are your averages and PBs at this game? Just out of curiosity at this point.
Normal average run is around 136 right now, but that also includes some of my early runs and a bunch of runs I dumped early that didn't finish due to things like Lich 1. But also my PB I think is like, I want to say 132.34. I don't think I submitted it, honestly, because it was like not much faster than my last one. But I'll get you the number. It's personal best. Yeah, 132.41.
Gotcha. I'm just trying to give Chad a comparison of how cruel the game was to both of you tonight, just so they know typically how you both run this, and just how badly things went off the rails with some of these cruel enemy formations and failing to escape and things like that. Sonny, how about you? How's your average and PB going rate at this time?
So my PB is a 127.02 that just happened out of nowhere, and my average is right about I think it's 132.12. So this run was definitely way off of average.
It was bound to happen eventually.
Oh, it was. This game was bound to show what it can do, bare its teeth, and just bite hard.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to issue a little bit of a challenge to our viewers here and to chat. With Sawney quickly approaching the final boss of this game, this run will be done in just a few minutes. I would like to read 2 more donations before he's done with it. So, if I could get 2 donations from all y'all, just 2, hopefully with some fun stuff to read, and don't forget about those donation incentives, that would be great.
And if I keep getting unrunnables like I have been, you guys are going to have a little bit of time.
We found every purple worm still lurking in this highly bizarre ecosystem.
Hey, there's the Earth Elementals.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been a run without Earth Ellies.
Oh, yeah. So I think I may not have to worry about tonicking if I keep gaining levels like this. Which is kind of scary.
Yeah. I mean, it was still neat getting to do this run for a lot of people who, obviously, you see like Forsyth out there. I know, you see Holy Smith out there. I know Nikki runs this incredibly well. Nikki runs basically every Final Fantasy one, though.
Incredibly well.
Incredibly well. Well, I don't know. Is there anything that Nikki doesn't run incredibly well that she plays?
Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah, it seems
Lich.
that's about right.
And I will add also that this is a really fun run to learn, just for reasons I mentioned earlier, but don't be intimidated just because it got a little cruel with our racers tonight. Very fun one. I learned it as part of the 12-hour challenge a few months ago, and I'm not nearly as good as either of these racers, but still a blast to just go through and beat this game, and typically sub 2 when things don't go awry. So, very fun race. If you're interested in it, by all means, hit up either of these racers. I'll be glad to get you started on it.
So Lich 2 blessed my run.
That's good to see.
I didn't get nuked.
You be getting so many bless ups in here, you could just call him DJ Kalich.
That's really a stretch.
That was a stretch. Oh, hey.
Well, thank you for the appreciation.
You played yourself.
All right. Serious question. Am I going to get every single elemental in this Topher?
I mean, you're halfway there.
Bring on the Iron Golems. Let's do this.
Yo, Cardboard Decoy, thank you for the raid.
Whoa, Sonny's halfway there. Whoa, Topher isn't fair.
Bye,
And
Meredith.
they're just like, take my hand, and my other hand, and my other hand, and my other hand. We'll make it, I swear.
Oh my goodness.
Meredith just looks at you and she's like, I need you to hold all of these swords, please. Just give me one moment.
And then she decides to breathe fire on you instead.
Pats Meredith's
All right.
head. This lady can fit so many swords in her.
Alright, we are 3 for 4 on elementals. Let's see if I get air elementals.
Just don't go for the Masamune, okay?
What if I wanna?
Glitchless, you've got that backwards. Gilgamesh is discount Marilith.
Yeah, Gilgamesh was after Merilith. Oh hey, this is runnable. Maybe.
Oh, you're not gonna give us another, you're not gonna give us another seafood platter, Sonny?
Why not?
Fruit de mer.
We're gonna have some nice shark. We're gonna have some Sahagin. You know, it's gonna be delicious. Except one of those sharks didn't die, so it's about to.
Ooh, RPG Mail, I see you there in chat. Very nice.
So I don't have to Giant's Tonic my Black Wizard.
What a weird world we live in.
That's awkward.
I mean, you do it for safety anyway.
Okay, my knight got hit for 30. What?
You
One critical?
Maybe.
Kraken just tries to look so cool, but the cape just... I don't feel it, I don't feel it. True Octopus royalty needs no cape.
Yeah, Kraken is definitely the weakest of the Final Fantasy Octopi. If we had a Final Fantasy Octopi ranking, at the top, of course, is Ultros, the greatest octopus of them all. I'm sure Nitara would love to see her party named after Ultros for her Final Fantasy VII run to close this out, so you should probably donate for that. It would make her so happy.
I can confirm that is 100% accurate.
Absolutely accurate, you might say?
You might say that.
Wait, Sonny, do you still have Thieves' Armlets on your knight?
I shouldn't.
Did you reset out of Ice Cave? Because if you did, you might.
I did all of serious time.
Can you check that?
I'll double check it to be safe. Because I'm gonna double check all my equipment anyway.
Yeah, I know.
Bye, Tia. For the 4th time,
Wait.
I think.
I'm
I've
trying
lost
to-
count.
Seventh time total between the two of you.
We've killed Tiamat more times than
Oh,
she
yeah.
has heads.
Yeah, you have to do one per head, and then one for the I don't know where I was going with that.
It's one per head and one to grow on.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Is it one
Ambushed
per,
by stone golems. Yes.
one per head and one for good luck?
Ah! I saw it, Sonny. I saw it. Don't act like it ain't there.
You saw
Demerine caught ya.
nothing.
She caught ya.
I
That's
still would
what-
have been fine.
That's why I'm like 43rd on the leaderboard.
Do you even survival vest? Ugh. Even survival vest,
bro.
Oh my gosh. Just I'm going to
Get
bed.
a little
now.
tongue tied there.
Yes, I did.
Did we come in underestimate?
I don't know. Did we?
I don't normally blush and get really embarrassed, but I surely just did.
I've been embarrassed this whole run.
I do have a new favorite tongue twister to share with the world, though. but not while on commentary. I'll see y'all in Discord
Yeah.
later.
To answer your
Okay.
question, Dem, the answer is no.
Where's my Giant's Tonics? Thanks, Chaos. Sure, bro.
Oh no, I'm very aware that we missed it by a little bit. It's fine.
Chaos
This
is a
ridiculous.
bro. Opening up with Blaze.
This ridiculous train wreck brought to you by Frost Dragons. When it's absolutely too hot outside and you really just wish it would finally drop below 50 degrees.
Oh. I'm not looking forward to seeing this. Oh, okay.
Alright, Chaos. Enough shenanigans. Get walloped.
Chaos.
Oof. Sonny, you're cutting that real thin there.
I mean, just imagine if you were wearing Thieves' Armlets for this.
No, it's not even that. Wait until you see my Black Mage's HP.
I mean, it was at 7.
Chaos, why you gotta be a jerk?
Oh.
Chaos sometimes opens up with the Blaze Tsunami Cyclone combo pack, and it's really bad when it happens.
And watch, now he's just gonna melee me for the rest of the run.
He
Which
can only
one
use
you're-
the lucky.
Which bit of gear makes the Earthquake miss? Is that the ribbons doing that for you?
It's the ribbons.
Yeah, and I
If
don't
this-
think
If this were NES, they would have a 3 in 255 chance to hit.
yeah, we don't get the 3 out of 256 here, thankfully. I think. It also means you can't cast Break on Chaos, which is a little bit sad.
Yeah, because Dispel doesn't work like Xfer does.
Nope.
Crack, boom. We done.
Hey, is that a PB?
I mean, Marathon PB.
Yeah.
It-
That's
it-
actually probably.
It's a Speedrun Ragnarok PB.
Is that a P? It's probably a PW for you, Sonny. You are really, really good at this game. Is that like your? That I imagine
That
is
was
actually
by far my absolute worst run ever. It
worst
was
completed.
the most
Yeah.
fun run ever.
GG, Sawney.
That was so much fun, and yeah,
That was
a run.
That was a blast, actually.
That was
So-
Ragnarok.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have seen the absolute worst that Final Fantasy I can do to you. I highly recommend that you run this game. It is a lot of fun.
It is seriously, seriously fun. I'm a big fan. You know what else I'm a big fan of, Bonnie?
What's that?
Donations. You got any?
Oh yeah, I do not, but
Oh.
one thing I would like to urge folks to do is to follow these runners, both Demerine2 and Sawneyrath11. They run all kinds of different RPG stuff, and they are definitely good watches. And I'll put these in chat as well. I would love it if you would follow my good friend Invenerable here. Speaking of doing great things with Final Fantasy speedruns, he is no stranger to that, especially when it comes to free enterprise. And to follow me as well. I do some Final Fantasy stuff myself, and yeah, lots of speed running too. So yeah, I think we would all appreciate the support. If you would be so inclined as to give it to us, that'd be great. Speaking of giving us stuff, donations are still very welcome. If you would like to go ahead and donate there, that we just got some information put by Scala into chat about how you can do so. So, Sawney, Dem, thank you very much for for that race. Do you have any parting thoughts or comments that you'd like to share with all of us?
I mean, for me, this is my first ever speedrun marathon. Silverfire, who is the newest of the RPG Valkyries, got me into speedrunning, and I guess I've stuck around a little bit. And it's been an absolute blast. So of course, thank you to all the RPG Valkyries for being so inviting and so awesome and having me as part of this. So thank you.
Sonny,
I'm just gonna say thank you so much, Valkyries. I know I've running marathons for you guys before. I know I've had a couple good runs, and then I've had some absolutely atrocious runs. But I have to say, I don't think this much fun would have happened, even if it weren't in a marathon setting. Like, this was way too much fun, and even all the practice leading up to this run was so much fun. Thank you guys so much.
Alrighty. Invenerable, do you have any last words you'd like to say before we shuffle on out?
I would like to hear you say Lust Dagger one more time, but that's about it.
I second this motion.
Alrighty. I think that can be arranged. On my own behalf, as someone who got to do not only 2 runs in this marathon, but 2 hosting shifts as well. I greatly appreciate the opportunity that the RPG Valkyries have given me to contribute to this marathon and to such a worthy cause. It does mean a lot to me. I am very grateful for them allowing me to be such a part of this. And I sincerely hope that there will be more events like this in the future, doing even more awesome things. And I just think it's fantastic, and it's bittersweet that it's coming to an end in less than 24 hours, but still, with everything they've accomplished here, just smashing their, donation goals, I think is commendable. And so I want to congratulate everyone on a job well done so far, and hopefully we can continue to keep it up and enjoy this last day of the run. Oh, and one more thing. Lust Dagger. Okay, so now that we've gotten that out of the way, we are going to take a quick break. I believe there's been a bit of shifting on the schedule here, and you do see it right there. Next up, we are going to have a season mode any % run of Rocket League done by Jasper the Fish. This should be rather interesting for those of you who have ever seen or played Rocket League. I'm sure this is going to be crazy. So you do want to stick around for that. Again, thank you for watching this last race. I'm going to be handing over hosting duties myself to Bob the Ninja Goldfish. He will probably be joining us in a little bit. So again, on behalf of our racers, Demerine2 and Sawneyrath11, my commentator, Invenerable, and myself, Bonnie Vaughn, thank you so much for watching. Stick around and enjoy the rest of Speedrun Ragnarok. Take care, folks.